So as I start part two of this story, let me give you a little background. My job used to be 10 miles away from home. That was great until they decided that the work was going to be moved to another plant 47 miles away. When they did that, I lost my weekend days off. I wound up with Tuesday, Wednesday. And let me tell you, when moms call me for birthday parties to do my race crew's birthday parties, it's not for Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I had to up and leave and take the job in Santa Clarita. So because work is so far away now, I gotta leave early. Now, if traffic's good and I have extra time, I will stop off at a Walmart over there by Toys R Us near Lion's Exit. That's where I get a lot of my Off the Pegs videos, those two stores, and I'll pick something up. Well, on the way to work this day, I got some new cars at Walmart. So that's why I hit Walmart during the lunch hour, the one over there by the 126 Newhall Ranch Road near the intersection of Copper Hill and Wright Canyon. Even though I came away empty handed, I knew they had that big dump in of cars. So you know what? This is the first time I ever done this. I found out the store opens at 6 a.m. I'm gonna wait a couple hours after work and I'm gonna hit that store in the morning. Woohoo! 6 a.m. Nobody here. I'm first one in the store. You know, it was raining overnight. I'm thinking that it kept some of the collectors away. I'm going to have first shot at the pigs, and I got me a basket, and I'm ready to go. As I get to the pigs, I see that they are jam-packed. The same stalker who was here last night is standing to my left. He must do the overnight shift. You see, last night, he cracked open the top of the big Hot Wheel dump bin, and I seen that it had a bunch of regular 72-count cases. I asked him if he could put up a case now since there was room on the pigs, and he said that he couldn't. He'd have to clear a whole end cap and put them all out at the same time. So while I go through the pigs this morning, I asked him if he put up the cars anywhere else, and he said no, just here. Since I'm not finding anything that new and exciting, no Batmobiles, no treasure hunts, I ask him, a whole case? No Batmobiles, no treasure hunts? He says that he put out 2 cases and still no treasure hunts, and that he hasn't seen any in a while. Really? What do you guys think? If I'm never going to find treasure hunts or new cars at this location, I got nothing to lose. You know what? I know they put the pallets over there in the lawn and garden area. I see they're wheeling them out and wheeling them in. I'm going to go through the double doors and I'm going to see if I could find that dump in. And you know what? Here we go. Here it is. Found it in the back, sitting on the pallet. I go ahead and open the flaps, and I expect all the cases to be opened up and pilfered. But you know what? He only took out those 2 cases, pegged the cases, and apparently, probably, got the treasure hunts. All the rest of the cases are sealed. But look on the side, extra cars. So many cars on the pegs, all these loose cars on the side. He only needed to peg 1 case. Why would he open a second case and then leave all these cars on the side? Well, as you and I know, what probably happened is he got treasure hunts. He opened the second case and got the treasure hunt out of that case too, and then left the extras here on the side. Here I am walking back out. Same 2 cars that I walked in with. I didn't take nothing. 1 go-kart, 1 carbonator. Anyways, definitely a disappointing morning. Here's my receipt. October 6th, 6:25 in the morning, just like I said. Here's what I bought. 1 storage container for my larger die cast, a couple Matchbox real working rigs, and this Disney Pixar piece, and a handful of Hot Wheels. Carbonators for an upcoming video, and a go-kart and a Tooligan for another upcoming multi-purpose Hot Wheels video. I know it's upside down, but in the corner see the code 994AAM. A codes would be the very first codes of 2011. There should have been the newest of the new, but instead I walk out with a bunch of carbonators, and that's about it. So even though I waited patiently, hoping that you'd pick some cars, instead you did everything else on the pallet but the Hot Wheels. You intentionally left it behind. When you told me that you would have to wait until after midnight to make an end cap and to put up the whole display, well, that turned out to be a lie, didn't it? And then when I wind up showing up in the morning to get to the pegs, I stayed up a couple hours, took time out of my life to get the newest cars. I'm making the effort. You know what? There was nothing there. So, as these dump bins are making their appearance across the United States, reports from collectors from Georgia, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Illinois, Arizona, Texas, Indiana, and yes, even my state of Southern California. They are all reporting finding 57 Chevy treasure hunts. Why are everybody finding them in other states and other Walmarts but not this one? And I was there. I was standing right there with the dump bin, and then I was the first one there in the morning, and not a single one was found. Why not? Why do you think? Maybe the other collectors who go to that store in Santa Clarita know why.